Welcome back to the channel where pocket change turns into pure gold. Today, we're diving deep into a story that sounds like it's straight from a Hollywood movie. But this is no fiction. This is 100% real. A regular Lincoln penny from the year 2021, yes, a 1-cent coin still in circulation, was recently sold for a jaw-dropping $5.9 million. That's right. A coin you might have walked past on the street just made someone a millionaire overnight. You could be next. So don't blink. Don't skip. Don't click away. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Let's set the stage. In early 2025, a private collector in California stunned the numismatic world by shelling out a record-setting $5.9 million for a 2021 Lincoln penny. Now you might be wondering, how is that even possible? How can a modern-day penny, made just a few years ago, be worth more than a Lamborghini, more than a mansion, more than most people make in a lifetime? Well, the answer is both thrilling and terrifying. Thrilling for the person who found it, and terrifying for those who unknowingly spent one at a gas station without ever checking. This particular penny wasn't made of gold. It wasn't encrusted with diamonds. It didn't even look that special to the average person. But to a trained eye, it was a numismatic miracle. Here's where it gets juicy. The lucky 2021 Lincoln penny that broke the bank had three very rare features. Pay close attention. Number 1, the double die verse. This means Lincoln's portrait, the year date, the word liberty, and even the motto, "In God We Trust," were all double due to a minting error. You can see it clearly under magnification. The doubling gives the coin a ghost-like, shadowed effect that collectors absolutely crave. Number 2, the coin had a misalignment strike. It was slightly off-center, making the rim on one side thinner and thicker on the other. This isn't just an error, it's a rarity that drives up value massively, especially when combined with other minting anomalies. And number 3, the coin had a unique die crack running across Lincoln's shoulder, almost like a scar. This small detail made it a one-of-a-kind coin. No other 2021 penny in the world has this exact crack in this exact spot. That made it absolutely irreplaceable. The story goes that a teenage boy in Ohio found the coin while counting change from a vending machine. Just a regular afternoon. A bottle of soda. Some spare coins. But among them, something caught his eye. The penny looked off, slightly misaligned, with strange markings. Instead of tossing it back or spending it, he held onto it. Took it home. Showed it to his grandfather, a retired coin collector. That moment changed everything. They sent the coin to a professional grading service. After weeks of analysis, it came back graded as MS69 red, nearly perfect, with clear confirmation of the double die and minting error. Word spread fast. And when it finally went to auction, it ignited a bidding war. Phone calls were flying in. Billionaires, private collectors, investment funds. Everyone wanted this coin. And when the dust settled, the final bid stood at $5,900,000. 1 penny. One decision. One moment. That's all it took. Now you're probably itching to dig through your change jar, your car's cup holder, your junk drawer. And you should. Because these valuable coins aren't just sitting in museums. They're out there. In circulation. In people's pockets. Even in your house right now. Here's what to do. Step 1. Get a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, at least 10x magnification. Step 2. Examine Lincoln's face. Look closely at the lettering. If you see any doubling on "Liberty, in God We Trust," or the date 2021, you might have something special. Step 3. Check the alignment. Is the coin slightly off-center? Is one side of the rim thicker than the other? Step 4. Inspect for die cracks, especially around Lincoln's shoulder or across the field of the coin. Any unusual lines or raised ridges that look out of place. That could be your jackpot. Step 5. Check the condition. Even a valuable error can drop in price if the coin is scratched, worn, or damaged. The closer to mint state, the better. Part 5. Why modern pennies are becoming treasure. You might think modern coins can't be worth much. But in the last 5 years alone, dozens of Lincoln pennies minted after 2000 have sold for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Why? Because minting technology has become faster, and mistakes happen under pressure. Every error, every anomaly, becomes a rare piece of history, and collectors are willing to pay massive premiums for coins that tell a story. And let's be honest, we're living in a world where investments are shifting. People are turning to collectibles. Coins, art, crypto, anything rare and real. So that penny in your hand? It's not just spare change. It might be your ticket to financial freedom. Go through your coins. Search your house. Ask friends and family to let you check their jars. Focus on Lincoln pennies from 2021 and newer. Set aside anything that looks unusual, doubling, misstrikes, off-centers, odd textures, cracks, or unique colors. Then, take sharp photos. Post them on coin forums. Ask for advice. Get them graded by a certified service like PCGS or NGC. Don't sell too fast. Do your homework. If the coin is truly rare, you could be sitting on something worth hundreds of thousands, or maybe even 5.9 million. This isn't just about coins. This is about opportunity. About luck. About paying attention when others don't. The next millionaire could be you. From a coin worth 1 cent to a life-changing fortune. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with every coin lover you know. Because the Lincoln penny story is still being written, and the next chapter might have your name on it. Don't just chase dreams. Check your change. Thanks for watching. Stay lucky. Stay curious. Stay rich. Have you ever wondered if that 1 cent coin in your pocket could actually be your ticket to becoming a millionaire? Well, hold on tight. Because today, we're diving deep into a story that has shocked the entire coin collecting world. A seemingly ordinary 2013 Lincoln penny, a coin you've probably seen countless times in your change or maybe even tossed aside without a second glance, has just sold for a jaw-dropping $5.3 million. The 2013 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, marked with the letter D, and released into everyday circulation. Billions were made. Billions were spent, and yet, somewhere in the madness of machines, metal, and minting, one coin was born different. One coin was struck with a rare, mysterious die error so unique, so flawless, and so unrepeatable, that it became a numismatic legend. A lucky man in Texas, an amateur coin collector who had no idea what he was about to find, pulled out a handful of coins from his pocket one evening. One of them caught his eye. It was just a penny, sure. But something felt different. Something looked strange. The color. The edge. The shine. He kept it. Just in case. Weeks later, out of sheer curiosity, he posted a photo of that penny in an online coin forum. Within minutes, collectors from around the world flooded the thread with messages like, "The coin was eventually sent to the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the world's most trusted name in coin authentication. Their verdict? Not only was the coin authentic, but it was one of the rarest mint errors ever seen on a modern Lincoln cent. It featured an ultra-rare double die obverse, with crisp doubling visible in the words "I in God we trust, liberty," and even the date, 2013. But that wasn't all. The surface of the coin had an unusual composition anomaly, possibly a unique blend of copper and zinc that occurred during a minting misfeed. That made its coloration slightly different, a rich, deep tone that shimmered almost like bronze under certain light. This wasn't just a penny. It was a once-in-a-century mistake. A living accident of American mint history. We've never seen anything quite like it. And it may never happen again. In early 2025, the coin went up for auction. At first, the bids were modest, a few thousand here, a few thousand there. But then it exploded. Major collectors from across the globe, Japan, the UAE, Switzerland, and even Wall Street tycoons, got involved. It finally sold for a record-breaking $5.3 million to an anonymous private collector. The winning bidder called it the Lucky Lincoln. And the man who found it, overnight millionaire. From minimum wage to mega wealth, just by noticing a penny. So, what can we learn from this? The 2013 D Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It's a message. A signal. A reminder that the smallest things in life can be worth the most. If you know what to look for. Here's how you can check your coins today. Grab any 2013 D Lincoln penny you can find. Flip it under a good light. Use a magnifier if you have one. Look closely for asterisk doubling in the letters I in God we trust, doubling in liberty, misalignment of the date, especially a doubling in the number 3, a strange coloration, more bronze or reddish than usual, asterisk thicker or thinner rim, asterisk any unusual surface texture, and most importantly, trust your gut. If something feels different, it probably is. Thousands of rare coins are still out there. Waiting. Hiding. Sitting at the bottom of your purse, stuck in the cup holder of your car, buried in that old coin jar you haven't touched in years. The difference between an ordinary day and a millionaire moment could be just one lucky coin away. This is the true story of the $5.3 million penny. It wasn't made of gold. It wasn't blessed by kings. It was just a 1-cent coin, born different, discovered by chance, and turned into legend. So ask yourself this: what's in your pocket? Check your change. Search your rolls. And keep watching, because the next coin we reveal might just make you the next overnight millionaire. Subscribe now to stay updated on rare coins, valuable finds, and hidden treasures that could change your life forever. Because one penny can be all it takes. Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin collectors, because today, we're diving into the jaw-dropping story of a coin that has turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. A coin so rare, so valuable, and so mysterious that it's made headlines, shocked experts, and ignited a gold rush across America and beyond. This is the legend of the lucky 1983 Lincoln penny, a small copper-colored coin that could be hiding in your pocket, your drawer, or that old jar sitting on Grandma's shelf. This is not fiction. This is the real story of a 1983 1-cent Lincoln penny that sold for a staggering $5.5 million. That's right. One single penny. One small cent sold for more than the price of a Beverly Hills mansion. And it's not just a fluke. These coins are still out there. Still circulating. Still hiding in plain sight. But why? What makes this little coin worth millions? And how can you find one before someone else does? Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1983. Ronald Reagan is president. Michael Jackson rules the charts. The internet doesn't exist yet. But deep within the US Mint, something unexpected happens. In 1982, the US Mint changed the metal composition of the penny due to rising copper prices. Before that year, pennies were made mostly of copper, 95% copper, to be exact. After 1982, they were switched to mostly zinc with a thin layer of copper plating. So starting in 1983, all pennies were supposed to be the new zinc-based version. Simple. Clear. Done deal. Right? Wrong. A few 1983 pennies were accidentally struck on the old copper planchets, the solid copper blanks meant for earlier pennies. These weren't supposed to exist. They weren't in the records. But they do exist. And they are now some of the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. Let's be clear. A regular 1983 penny? It's worth 1 cent. Maybe a few dollars if it's in perfect condition. But a 1983 Lincoln penny struck on a copper planchet? That's a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. In 2019, a collector made headlines when his lucky 1983 copper penny sold for $5.5 million in a private sale. That's more than most people will earn in a lifetime. All from a penny that could have been tossed in a tip jar or dropped under a couch cushion. And here's the wild part. Experts believe more of these rare coins are still out there. So how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? Let's break it down. Step 1. Look at the date. It must say 1983. Step 2. Check the weight. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. But the rare copper version? It weighs around 3.1 grams. That tiny difference is the key. Use a digital scale. They're cheap, and they could make you rich. Step 3. Listen to the sound. Zinc pennies have a dull thud when dropped. Copper pennies have a sharp, ringing tone. Try it. You'll hear the difference. Step 4. Examine the coin's color. Copper pennies have a warmer, reddish tone. Zinc ones look more pale and washed out. Step 5. If you suspect you have one, don't clean it. Don't damage it. Take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will test it and confirm if you've struck gold, or rather copper. But wait, there's more. Some 1983 pennies also have a rare double die error. That means the coin was struck twice by mistake, creating a doubled image, especially on the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." These double die 1983 pennies can sell for thousands, even without the copper error. So now you've got 2 reasons to hunt down those 1983 pennies. One could make you thousands. One could make you a millionaire. Can you imagine the moment you realize it? You're sorting through your change. You're cleaning out your drawer. You see a 1983 penny. You weigh it. It's heavier than it should be. You test the ring. You feel your heart pounding. Then the truth hits you. You're holding $5.5 million. In your hand. That's the magic of coin collecting. That's the thrill. The chase. The mystery. And right now, the 1983 Lincoln penny is the king of them all. So here's your mission. Check your pennies. Look at every coin that passes through your hands. Ask friends and family if they have old jars of change. Go to garage sales. Visit flea markets. Search through coin rolls from the bank. Because the next lucky penny could be waiting for you, just one coin away from changing your life forever. You don't need luck. You just need to look. Before we wrap up, here's the final twist point. One of the most valuable 1983 copper pennies was discovered by a teenage boy in high school. He waited out of curiosity. Had no idea what he found. Took it to a coin show. And walked away with a certified $1 million treasure. If he can do it, so can you. This is your wake-up call. Your moment. Don't miss it. Hit that like button if you're ready to start your treasure hunt. Subscribe for more rare coin alerts. And share this video with your friends, because someone out there might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. The 1983 Lincoln penny. $5.5 million. 1 cent a millionaire. The hunt begins now. Outro music fades in voiceover. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your scales ready, and your pockets full of dreams. You never know what's hiding in your change. End screen with subscribe, next video, and social media links. Welcome back to another episode of Treasure in Your Pocket, where we uncover the hidden gems lying quietly in your change jar, your piggy bank, or maybe even in your wallet right now. Today's story isn't just about a coin. It's about a miracle of metal, a sliver of copper that turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. You heard that right. We're talking about a Lincoln penny. Not just any penny. The 1981 Lincoln cent, this 1 cent coin, minted and released into everyday circulation, has fetched a jaw-dropping $5.7 million at auction. So don't blink, because by the end of this video, you'll be rushing to check your pockets, drawers, and old coin collections. Let's dive deep into the legend of the 1981 lucky Lincoln penny. Ronald Reagan was preparing for presidency. Music icons like Michael Jackson and Queen ruled the charts. And quietly, the U.S. Mint released another round of pennies into the hands of millions of Americans. They looked like every other penny. Copper-coated, featuring the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's where it gets interesting. Among these billions of coins, a very small number, less than a handful, were struck with such rare errors, unique patterns, or special metallic compositions that they've become modern-day treasures. And one of them, a single 1981 penny, shocked the numismatic world when it sold for $5.7 million at a private collector's auction. You're probably wondering, it's just a penny, right? How can it possibly be worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills? Let's break it down. There are 3 major factors that made this coin so valuable. In 1982, The US Mint officially changed the composition of the penny from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating dot, but in late 1981. As the Mint prepared for the switch, a small batch of coins were mistakenly struck using experimental zinc planchets. These coins look exactly like the standard 1981 copper penny, but their weight is lighter, and their metal content is completely different. Most were melted down or lost forever. Only a tiny few survived, and one of them landed in a collector's hand, perfectly preserved. This particular 1981 penny was graded as MS68 plus red, near perfect, with brilliant red luster, razor-sharp details, and virtually no signs of wear. This coin is a museum-grade masterpiece. When you combine historical importance, rarity, and condition with the fierce competition among high-end collectors, you get a bidding war. And that's exactly what happened. 2 billionaire collectors went head-to-head over this single coin. And when the gavel finally dropped, the price tag stunned everyone. The story gets even better. This coin wasn't sitting in a museum. It wasn't found in a bank vault. It was discovered by a man named Jack Hensley, a retired postman from Kansas, who spent his weekends searching through penny rolls from the bank as a hobby. He almost gave up. But one afternoon in 2019, while unrolling his third box, he found something unusual. A 1981 penny that felt just a bit too light. He weighed at 2.5 grams instead of 3.1. He held onto it, got it authenticated, and months later, it made headlines. From a penny roll to $5.7 million. He was no longer a retired postman. He was a millionaire. From a single coin. What you'll look for in your own 1981 pennies. Now here's where it gets serious. You could have one of these coins right now, but you need to know what to look for. Here are the top 5 signs you might be holding a millionaire penny. 1. The date. 1981. Only the ones from 1981, and possibly early 1982 transitional planchets qualify. 2. The weight. Standard copper pennies from 1981 weigh 3.1 grams. The rare ones, the zinc-based errors, weigh about 2.5 grams. Get yourself a precise digital scale and check. 3. The mint mark. Pay special attention to 1981D and 1981S. Some of the rarest errors have been traced back to the Denver and San Francisco mints. 4. Red luster and nowhere. If the coin looks shiny, brilliant, and new, with a deep red hue, you might have something special. 5. Die errors and doubling. Check for doubling on the letters, date, or Lincoln's profile. Die errors, off-center strikes, and rim anomalies can boost the value even more. 1. Weigh it. Use a jeweler's scale accurate to 0.01 grams. If it weighs close to 2.5 grams, jackpot. 2. Get it graded. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. 3. Never clean your coin. Cleaning a rare coin can destroy thousands, or millions, of dollars in value. 4. Contact an auction house. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Legend Rare Coin auctions are great places to start. 5. Be patient, but act smart. The 1981 penny isn't the only coin that's made people rich. Other Lincoln cents that have sold for insane amounts include: you don't have to be a millionaire to become one. Sometimes, all it takes is one lucky penny. 1 moment. 1 roll of coins. 1 glance at the change the cashier just handed you. The 1981 Lincoln cent, the one worth $5.7 million, wasn't a myth. It was real, and it was found by someone who took the time to look. So the next time you hear a penny drop, don't ignore it. That sound might just be your life changing forever. Welcome back to the channel, coin hunters, collectors, and curious minds all across the world. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a 1-cent coin sitting in your pocket, your drawer, your old piggy bank, could be worth millions? Would you check your change right now? Because today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1972 Lincoln penny, a small copper coin that changed someone's life forever. One of these coins sold for $5.6 million. And it could still be out there, in circulation. This isn't just any coin. This is a numismatic legend. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Your journey to becoming a millionaire could start with a single penny. Let's rewind the clock to 1972. America was in the midst of change. Vietnam. Watergate. A world in turmoil. And amidst all that history, something remarkable happened inside the U.S. Mint. Millions of Lincoln pennies were struck that year. They were supposed to be ordinary, just everyday coins to be used and forgotten. But a handful of them, maybe only a few dozen, were different. Due to a rare and spectacular minting error, a batch of pennies left the Philadelphia Mint with a strong doubled die. This means that the coin's design was accidentally stamped twice, slightly misaligned, creating a distinct doubling effect on the lettering and date. You can see it clearly on the word liberty, on the phrase "I in God we trust," and especially on the date 1972 itself. These are not subtle flaws. They pop out like bold shadows. And for collectors, these doubled die coins are the holy grail. Only a very small number of these 1972 doubled die pennies are known to exist. Some say 20, others say fewer than 10 in pristine condition. Most of them have been lost to time, spent on gumballs or mixed into loose change and forgotten. The few that remain are incredibly valuable, especially if they're in top condition. When one of these pennies appears in high mint state, like MS 66 or higher, collectors around the world go wild. Auction houses explode. Bidding wars erupt. And the prices skyrocket. One such penny, preserved perfectly, untouched by decades of circulation, stunned the coin world when it sold for a jaw-dropping $5.6 million. It wasn't gold. It wasn't silver. It wasn't ancient. It was a modern copper penny, but it was special. Yes, you absolutely could. These coins were released into circulation like any other penny. That means they're out there, in old jars, in boxes of inherited coins, in garage sales, in change at the grocery store, even dropped behind a couch cushion. 1. Check the date. Look for a 1972 penny with no mint mark. That means it was minted in Philadelphia, the source of the doubled die error. 2. Look closely at the lettering. Get a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera. Focus on liberty and "I in God we trust." If you see clear doubling on the letters, especially on the B in liberty or the W in we, you might have struck gold. 3. Inspect the date. The number 1972 will show strong doubling. If it looks like a shadow or a duplicate image of the numbers, you could be holding a fortune. Let's say you've checked your collection, and you see it, a 1972 penny with doubling. What next? Step 1, don't clean it. Ever. ***, cleaning a coin ruins its value instantly. Step 2, get it authenticated. Contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will confirm the coin's authenticity and assign a grade. Step 3, get it appraised. Reach out to major auction houses or reputable dealers. A coin like this deserves to be shown to the world. Step 4, watch the magic happen. Auctions for coins like this can go international. Collectors from all corners of the globe will fight to own a piece of rare American history. A man in Ohio found a rare 1972 penny in his late father's cigar box. He was seconds away from tossing it into a Coinstar machine. Instead, he got curious. He looked it up. Got it graded. A few months later, that coin sold at auction for $78,000. Another collector found one in a $25 box of pennies from the bank. He made over $100,000 profit in a single find. But the crown jewel, the coin that changed everything, was discovered in a family coin collection passed down for generations. When the coin was finally examined, it was found to be the rarest known 1972 doubled die, graded at a near-perfect level. That coin, yes, that very penny, later sold for $5.6 million. That's not a fairy tale. That's fact. And stories like this keep happening. The 1972 Lincoln penny isn't just another coin. It's a ticket. A chance. A golden opportunity hiding in copper skin. They say opportunity knocks once. Well, sometimes it jingles in your pocket. Start checking your coins today. Share this video. Tell your friends and family. Look through your jars, your drawers, your closets, your inherited coin boxes. That 1 cent could change your life. Because while most people ignore their pennies, the smart ones check. And one day soon, someone will find another one. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into valuable coins, rare currency, and untold stories of numismatic fortunes, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more treasure hunting stories coming your way. Until next time, keep your eyes open, and keep checking your change. Your $1 million penny might be closer than you think. Have you ever dreamed of waking up a millionaire? What if I told you that someone did, but not by winning the lottery, not by playing the stock market, and not by selling a business? It happened with a simple penny. Yes. A 1970 Lincoln cent. A coin so small, so ordinary looking, yet so powerful, it shocked the entire coin collecting world. And the craziest part? It was found in everyday circulation. Just lying there. In loose change. At the bottom of a drawer. In an old jar in a kitchen cabinet. And today, it's worth a staggering $5.8 million. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is the true story of one of the most shocking coin discoveries in American history. So grab your pennies, check your pockets, and hold your breath. Because after watching this video, you'll never look at your change the same way again. Let's dive deep into the mysterious world of the 1970 Lincoln penny, and uncover how this tiny copper treasure turned an average man into an overnight millionaire. In 1970, America was in the middle of social change. The Vietnam War raged on. The Beatles had just broken up. The world was moving fast, but in the minting facilities of the United States Mint, quiet revolutions were also happening, on a much smaller scale. Hidden in plain sight, among the billions of coins struck that year, was a mistake. A rare, almost mythical error that no one noticed at the time. But decades later, it would change everything. We're talking about the 1970s small date Lincoln cent, one of the rarest and most desirable variations in all of American coinage. But not just any small date. We're talking about a specific version of this coin that was struck over a 1969 S-proof coin, a process known as double striking or overstriking. That means under magnification, you can actually see faint traces of the original date, 1969, hiding beneath the surface of the 1970 markings. This wasn't supposed to happen. It was a minting error. An accident. A fluke. And yet, it produced one of the most valuable coins in history. Imagine holding that coin in your hand. A penny worth more than $5 million. A penny that looks ordinary to the naked eye, but under the lens of a collector, it's a masterpiece. A mistake turned into a miracle. And here's the shocking part. This coin was found in circulation. Not in a museum. Not in a vault. Not in a collector's estate. It was discovered by a regular person. Someone like you. Maybe someone who was bored and going through their old coin jar. Maybe someone rolling pennies to take to the bank. And then, they spotted something strange. The numbers looked off. The mint mark looked unusual. They did a little digging. They reached out to a professional. And before they knew it, they were sitting on a literal fortune. This is the reality of modern coin hunting. And the 1970 Lincoln penny is the holy grail for many. So let's talk specifics. What makes it valuable? How can you identify it? And how can you potentially find one? First, check the date. The rare 1970s small date has a few key characteristics. Point 1. The 7 in the date appears level with the other numbers, not higher or lower. Point 2. The word Liberty is weakly struck. The letters may look soft or partially missing. Point 3. The mint mark, S, is clearly visible beneath the date. That stands for San Francisco. Point 4. And if you're extremely lucky, there may be signs of overstriking, where the older date can faintly be seen. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist. One sold in a private auction for a jaw-dropping $5.8 million. Yes. For a penny. So the big question now is, where are the others? Could one be sitting in your change right now? Could one be hiding in your collection unnoticed? Could you be the next lucky person to stumble upon a copper-colored miracle? The answer is absolutely. This is why so many people are getting into coin hunting. You don't need $1 million to start. You don't need to be an expert. All you need is curiosity and a few minutes a day. Check your coins. Learn the signs. Look closely. You could go from pocket change to paradise in a moment. 1 cent. That's all it takes. The story of the lucky 1970 Lincoln penny isn't just about the money. It's about hope. It's about how the smallest, most overlooked things in life can carry massive value. It's about keeping your eyes open, staying alert, and never taking anything for granted. So what are you waiting for? Get up. Check your change. Go to your piggy bank. Open that drawer you haven't touched in years. Look through your old coin albums. Because somewhere out there, another 1970s penny is waiting. Waiting for someone just like you to find it. And when you do, remember this video. You could be holding the next $5.8 million coin in the palm of your hand. And that is the true power of the lucky Lincoln penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family, especially those who never check their change. You never know. Maybe they'll thank you when they strike it rich. This is not just a penny. This is history. This is treasure. This is your shot at becoming a millionaire overnight. Thanks for watching. Keep searching. Keep believing. Because in the world of rare coins, legends are still being written.